EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, where the sound of the big red siren signals it is time for football. Today we've got an intriguing NFC matchup lined up here, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway here on EA Sports. A beautiful fake, and he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here come the Cardinals, and it is Kyler Murray from Oklahoma who leads them out.
And when you have a guy like Kyler Murray under center, it not only opens up your playbook, it allows you to draw up even more plays because he's among the best dual-threat quarterbacks in the league and a true playmaker. If flushed out of the pocket, he might even be more dangerous. The next step for him, being able to throw on rhythm and deliver from the pocket.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Over the middle to his tight end, Ryman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
There's a short one caught by Ryman. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it second down.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent game. A short one here, caught by McBride. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective. That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Now Murray again. Goes right back to McBride. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Giving back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
That's another Cardinals. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
The 4 consecutive passes to begin this opening drive, and you can't argue with the results. They've already driven it into the red zone and a fresh set of downs here to play with.
Which means there's a lot of trust by the play caller, by the quarterback, the receivers, you name it. Everyone locked in, everyone doing their job. I continue to go in that direction because right now they get the defense back on their heels. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second down and 4. Murray now to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive had started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. Touchdown, Cardinals! Marvin Harrison Jr., a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Cardinals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, they said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
The extra point by Ryland, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. Uses the spin. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
His second year in the league certainly didn't go the way that he thought it would. In fact, a lot of whispers around the team and around the league that maybe he was not going to be the guy. Ended up getting benched, took his time, watched the game, and then came back better than ever. Second year in the same offense with the same head coach should lead to an even bigger jump in year 3.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. He's brought down 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And a Panther first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
11 on the play. First down, Carolina.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
They'll try to throw now. Young. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Young will set to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 21. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
And this is exactly the kind of drive you're hoping for out of the gates. They're mixing the run and the pass well, keeping this defense off balance early. And they're on the march here with another first down.
Now Young. And Here's Trimble, the tight end.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 12 more yards there and another first down. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game.
And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Mack Wilson coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Throwing, Young. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Here's Young from the shotgun. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They are able to get 9 yards out of that, but now it's 4th down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
So now after the field goal, Fitzgerald back out there to send this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. A nice toss play there to the left. More than enough room to move the chains.
And you know what I love about that play as a broadcaster? Seeing the big guys move. Seeing them get upfield and take out defenders. You know what I hated as a defensive back? That exact same thing. Seeing those linemen coming downfield, getting ready to blot out the sun.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
A Cardinal first down on a gain of 13. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down, stopped at the Panthers' 41.
40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Murray keeps it himself. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, they paid the guys on defense as well. They were prepared and really executed and caused a loss of yardage on a quarterback sneak. That's really well done.
Yeah, absolutely. When we see losses of yardage on a QB sneak, a little surprise, a head-scratcher. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their second drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Hubbard.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That good for 22 and a 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
On the counter, this is Hubbard.
And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Officially, they'll call that a 9-yard pickup there, so it leaves them in a good spot. 2nd and inches forthcoming.
Someone's looking fresh, and this O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
Straight ahead with Hubbard.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
2 yards.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now Young.
They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
Young now. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
On 4th down, Carolina going to send out Sam Martin to punt. Greg George deep for Arizona.
And this will pin them back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line.
At their own 7-yard
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Got his man. It's George.
And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now an option play on second down. And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Murray a give. This is Connor. Oh, nice move. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Yeah, boy, the strength on display there as he rumbles through tacklers for a gain of about 8.
8 yards on the pickup.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On the counter, it's Connor. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
The tackle by Christian.
He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did, that time for a loss.
Here's Murray. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down.
For the Cardinals.
45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Young off the bootleg. That's complete to Chuba Hubbard. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it's 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
A give up the middle, Hubbard. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up 1st downs.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Right back to Hubbard. Fights him off. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
So from the 37, here's 2nd and 3. Looking to throw, Young. Got a man, that's Leggett. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a 1st down.
5-yard gain on the play. And a Panther 1st down.
On the give, this is Hubbard. A pretty good burst
first there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
At the 46-yard line. A gain of 12. First down, Carolina.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now here's Young. That one complete to again. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a pickup of 12. Second play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now a give. It's Hubbard going left.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Brought down by Jalen Thompson.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive is going pretty well. I could come right back out.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 104 yards on the ground for Hubbard as that last run a first down.
And the Panthers first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Out of the gun, it's Young. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hubbard. So he stopped for no gain. And it's second down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's Young.
Caught out right by Renfro.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Young takes it on the sneak, and he'll get in. He's over for the touchdown. Bryce Young scoring on the sneak from a yard out. And the Panthers have taken the lead.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Ryan Fitzgerald now to add the extra point.
And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Panthers 10.
So that one a long 11-play drive.
And it was Bryce Young who finished things off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Here's James Conner now as he trots back onto the field. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
Think they still have to show him as a threat, make sure he touches it a few times, but as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit, and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Veteran running back like him, we've seen a lot of those chunk carries in his career.
And that's why you don't just look at his birth certificate and decide when a guy is done, right? Because you know as well as I do, in this league, as soon as you hit 30, they're looking to let you go if you're a running back. Sometimes there's a little tread left on the tires.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Here's Murray from midfield. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
The Cardinals on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. To throw is Murray. Oh, a wide open receiver. It's Harrison. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They gave up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
They'll run for it with Connor. Oh, I think he went backward. He did. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Looking to put a drive together. Off the play fake, Young. He'll get this complete to the rookie first-round pick. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know, as a defender, it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Young. This is caught by McMillan. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
A gain of 7 yards, and it's 3rd down.
To the air once more, Young. They'll run the screen with Hubbard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
Carolina.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Young to throw it. And he is going to slide to a halt inside the 5-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy, because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. And the sack leads to roughly a loss of 6, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
First and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Young. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. 1st and goal.
Hubbard will take this one in. Touchdown, Carolina.
So the previous pass interference call put the ball at the 1-yard line, and then they stick it in on the very next play.
And I love the play call right there. After you get the pass interference call, you've got a defense that's discombobulated a little bit, right? They're protesting the call, upset about what happened. Go right at them. Run the football, and the defense acquiesces, and the ball ends up in the end zone.
Fitzgerald now for the extra point.
It's good to make it 17-7. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was Chuba Hubbard who finished it off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. James Conner and the Cardinal offense ready to get back to work.
And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield and get the ball in his hands in open space. And just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
91 yards rushing now for Conner and a first down.
That's good for a Cardinals first down.
He continues to be effective running the football, a big reason that they have the lead.
And I love one of the quotes that I read about him where he said of himself, "I love it when a team just hops on my back and I just carry them along."
Now Murray.
That's complete to Michael Wilson.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Yards on the play.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6.
From the gun, Murray.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
This offense so far on third down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Screen pass to Connor. Fighting him off. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
5 yards.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception. And that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
They're going to run. Here's Connor. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll begin this series with a give to Hubbard. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Young to throw it.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Panther 1st down.
That's not the first time they've looked his way when they've needed a big play. He's been the go-to guy all game long. And they get the hook up again on 3rd down to keep this drive alive.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
And he's got this down to the 35. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On play action, Young.
That one complete to Liga.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
It's 2nd and inches at the 25-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Hubbard.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a 1st.
The focus after that run isn't how many yards they gained. They said they gained a 1st down, and they've been running it well all game long.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Now Young. Throw left side complete. That's Evans. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll run here with Hubbard.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Josh Sweat coming in strong and dropping him behind the line of scrimmage.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Young. Over the middle, it's complete. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown.
Carolina.
Tommy Trimble from 10 yards out. And the Panthers are able to extend their lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
On is Fitzgerald now for the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The football going back over to Arizona now. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, that's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, that may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride, the offense, this go around. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
Now Murray, he bootlegs it. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a 1st down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Here's Murray. Throwing quickly to Wilson. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Connor up the middle. And he'll get it down here to the 43. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Cardinal passing game dialed in now. 1st down.
That's another Cardinals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
To throw, it's Murray. Goes right back to McBride. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. From the gun on third down, Murray out to his left. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
No surprise to see his sideline fired up by that big play. Heck, we're fired up, and we're supposed to be neutral. That's a quarterback putting his body on the line to fight and just barely get the first down. When he does something like that, it gets everyone ready to lay it all out there and try and match his intensity.
Murray going to throw. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Now a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Murray. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Kyler Murray, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals are able to cut into that deficit.
If you're going to play quarterback in the NFL, you've got to have great vision, and you've got to remain calm when things break down in the pocket. Both of those traits were on display there. He surveys the situation, sees the middle of the field open, so he's just going to step up and take it himself. Very well done there.
Now Ryland for the PAT. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now. A 10-play drive that time. And the play that polished it off was the touchdown run by Kyler Murray. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Panthers offense and Bryce Young headed back onto the field. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
Here's 2nd and 7. Now a run with Hubbard. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Well, the offense has had a big day. He's been great running the football, but I don't think anybody liked that last result.
No, they didn't like the last result at all, but they have to look at it in total, don't they? They've had a big day running the football. You take an occasional loss or an occasional bad play along the way, but all in all, they have to like what they've done.
The tight end in motion right. Third down, Young from the gun. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On fourth down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Cards will take over, 1st and 10. Well, the Cardinal offense going to take over late in this first half. And with great starting field position and a couple of timeouts at their disposal, they'll certainly have the green light here. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a one-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a 1st down.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Murray now. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Harrison. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here's 2nd and 3. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. As they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Here's Murray. Over the middle, Harrison. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another 1st down.
Cardinals 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This from 32 yards away. And his kick here is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. A short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So halftime here out west. Let's go east. That's where we find Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Panthers offense and Chuba Hubbard set to take over once more. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Young will set to throw. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
They'll run on first down with Hubbard to about the 33-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They run here with Rico Dowdle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Panthers.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. They run again with Dowdle. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7. A running play. It's Dowdle. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here is Young. A short throw hauled in by Trimble. And he won't get to the marker. He's a yard short. A pickup of 3. It leaves him with 4th and 1.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. On play action, it's Murray. Completes this to Elijah Higgins. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
They run behind center with Counter. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he is going to have a Cardinals first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
7-yard gain. That's good for a Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now Murray off play action. Delivers on the crosser to McBride. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 37. A gain there of 21 yards.
Cardinals first down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
A short one here, caught by McBride. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Well, every lineman knows the rule. You only get a 1-yard buffer beyond that line of scrimmage, and then the flag is thrown, and he got tagged for it there.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15.
They'll fake it to counter. Now Murray.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. Again, they'll throw with Murray. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on 4th down, out comes Chad Ryland for the Arizona field goal.
From the right hash, and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is indeed good. And that'll bring him back within 4. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he's watching that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Panthers now set to take over offensively. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. On the run, it's Dowdle.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Now here's Young.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
First down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Young now.
Short throw hauled in by Trimble.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now Young.
The open man here, Renfro. And he is going to have a Panthers 1st down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Young. And That's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 33. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A carry here for Trevor Etienne. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
16 yards. First down, Panthers.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Young to throw it. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Dowdle, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Looking to throw, Young. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Bryce Young, a 5-yard touchdown run as his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
The extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11. All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These two defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Cardinals offense and Kyler Murray headed back out onto the field. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Murray now to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Murray. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. And that's caught inside the 35. A huge play there for Arizona. 41 yards.
And the Cardinals, first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go long and hope someone would come free.
On 1st and 10 is counter. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. Not quite enough for the first, almost. Give him 9 instead, so that leaves him with an enviable 2nd and inches. They stay on the ground. Here's counter again. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, and that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
Touchdown! Zay Jones from 6 yards away. And the Cards have got it back to within a score. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
The Cardinals offense staying put. Obviously, watch out for Kyler's legs. They'll go for 2 here.
The Cardinals will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Connor going to try and run it. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. You know, we've discussed this before, and we've seen it at practices. Extra periods being put in for the offense on these 2-point tries. But the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for 2 and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your team as the game goes along, you have to be in a position to stop those. You can't let them get the advantage. So, yes, the defensive teams, they're putting in that extra time on 2-point plays as well.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here comes Chuba Hubbard. Let's take a closer look at him. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. Give him 5 yards there, and it'll bring up second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Short throw hauled in by Trimble.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Throwing, Young. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Throw left side, taken in by Renfro. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 34-yard line. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets them a new set of downs. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back to the desert. We're in Glendale. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. On play action, Young.
He'll find McMillan here.
That'll give him 8 that time, and that'll give him a short yardage situation here for second down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They run here with Dowdle.
Gets past one man. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the...
Touchdown, Panthers! Ted McMillan from 13 yards out.
And the Panthers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. But that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Fitzgerald now for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And he returns this to the 22.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he is going to lose yardage here. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You've got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. Over the middle here to Wilson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They'll try and run forward with Connor. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. That's pulled in at the 32. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd down and 6. They go play action. Young. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Will Johnson. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had 1st-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. Times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Now Murray. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And this offense on third down today, they're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. And they'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing a couple yards here on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
And this will be out of bounds, and they spotted it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Got a man. That's Leggett.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Young working out of the gun.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. Play action. Now it's Murray.
That's complete to McBride.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards, the final tally.
First down. 1st and 10 at the
Good yardage on the completion there, and when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Complete to Jones. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you're putting a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here is 3rd and 5. Here's Murray. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
34-yard attempt.
And his kick is good. And that lead is back down to 9 now. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Carolina getting set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now Young. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and start this drive in the air. A short one here, caught by McBride. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Here's Murray. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Murray now. Flushed out right. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. Called a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Murray going to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. DJ Wada got off his spot quickly and got to the quarterback. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. To throw, it's Murray. Jones has him. So the completion results there in 9 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. To throw is Murray. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 30. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, 2nd and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 21-yard line.
2nd and 1 now from the 21. Throwing now is Murray. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. From 10 yards out. And the Cardinals have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like,
yeah,
you know.
Doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Cardinals 36.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back.
Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Looking to put a drive together.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Boy, the pursuit there, terrific from the linebacking core.
Oh, it certainly was, because so many times on an option play, you'll see a linebacker make a beeline for the quarterback and then zip, one cut, and he's grasping at air. But this time, he locked in on him the whole way, took an excellent angle, and his grasp came up with the quarterback.
Here is Young.
There's Trimble, the tight end.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
A gain of 16 yards. And a Panther first down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
At the 43-yard line.
Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Young here to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit more crucial. They need to find the right play to convert here and maybe start to tamp down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Young. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's Sam Martin now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Kyler Murray now in the Cardinal offense. Down by 2. A little over 1.5 minutes remaining. A field goal would be a game winner as they come up on 1st down. To throw is Murray. Able to find Jones. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock. But I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn it into a big gain.
Now 2nd and 4. Murray to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
The Carolina offense about ready to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long and sign off from the desert.